In this video, I'm going to share 7 things that are killing your productivity and what you should be doing instead. You're probably already familiar with it. A blank page, an overflowing to-do list, uncompleted projects. You're playing a losing game of hide and seek with productivity, and you desperately want to get things done, but your best intentions don't always translate into reality. What's wrong with me, you might ask? Well, chances are you're probably doing something that is a serious productivity killer. Maybe you're even doing more than one. Good news is that if you can catch it, you can correct it. Coming up are 7 productivity killers that you want to watch out for. Number 1, perfection is the enemy. I might get some backlash, but I'm gonna say it. Perfection is procrastination, and here's why. Imagine wanting to lose weight. It's Monday, work is over, and it's time to hit the gym. But wait, you forgot your new gym clothes, or you left your AirPods at home, and maybe you haven't started that perfect cardio playlist, and this and that, and the list goes on. So, what do? You decide that you might try again tomorrow, but only after you get all of that stuff done. Everything has to be perfect before you even start. But really, you're just delaying what you should already be starting today. Try this instead. Settle with good enough. Yes, you should always strive for your best, but our best self isn't readily available on demand. The real glory is in showing up. Showing up to the gym, showing up for your business, showing up for your hobby. Prioritize consistency over perfection. Productivity killer number 2. Letting loose ends get tangled. And what do I mean by loose ends? You're already familiar with them. They creep up on you in the form of growing to-do lists, unwashed dishes piled up, your unread emails multiplying every day. Little things that start off as a light drizzle but morph into a torrential downpour if left unattended. And when a storm's a-brewing, what do we want to do? Hide from the world in the safety of a warm blanket and watching Netflix. Not so productive. So, try this instead. Introduce regular intervals of time for tying up loose ends. Try setting aside 1 hour every day to crank through those emails, or designate 1 day a week to knock out those pesky errands. Remember that a pillar of productivity is consistency. Productivity killer number 3. Too many mentors, too little time. One wonder of the internet is the sheer wealth of information available to you. One struggle of the internet also is the sheer wealth of information available to you. Just a simple Google search for productivity hacks yields over 15,000 search results. It's information overload. In the same way we are bombarded with information, we also overburden ourselves with too many mentors. One expert tells you to do this, while another guru tells you to do the exact opposite. Chances are there are multiple ways to doing things, but if you scatter your efforts, you won't get much done. So try this instead. Put all your eggs in one basket. If you want to learn about digital marketing, find just one person who was successful at doing it and follow their example. Or read one book. Or take one course. But make sure you stick it through. Don't try their methodology, get discouraged with the results, and then take a different route. You'll just wind up on an infinite loop of trial and error. Productivity killer number 4. Project overload. In the same way we can overburden ourselves with too many mentors, we can also overload on too many projects. Just think about the New Year resolutions that we make. This year, I want to work out 5 days a week, eat only organic food, grow my YouTube channel, get a promotion at work, plan my wedding, save up for a vacation. Taking on all these goals and habits at the same time can quickly spell failure at all of them. Realistically, only 2 or 3 of those goals might be realized, but only if you're truly committed to them. So, try this instead. Be selective about what you put on your plate. One of the most important skills you can learn is saying no. Say no to doing everything. Say no to pleasing everybody. Be specific about what you want to do and be critical about how you fill your schedule. Remember that you want to do your best and be consistent, but the ultimate goal is that you get things done. And you can only do that if you prioritize what you fit into your schedule. Productivity killer number 5. Skimping on sleep. We all do it. We think that if we just power through the evening that it won't matter. We pretend that we can sacrifice our sleep without the consequences. But what happens if you do this every evening, every week? You put yourself on a fast lane to burnout. We're not superheroes. And so, try this instead. Create an evening routine that you can consistently follow. This will help you naturally wind down at the same time each night so that you can easily fall asleep. And of course, you give your body the time it needs to recover so that you can wake up the next day refreshed and ready to tackle the day. Productivity killer number 6, staying plugged in. Smartphones are awesome because you have the world of information literally available at your fingertips, but it can also be a double-edged sword. Long story short, smartphones are addictive. If you're like me, you might wake up every morning and the first thing you do is check social media. And you might take frequent breaks from work or studying to check your phone. We're reaching for our phone subconsciously and it's seriously killing our productivity. Try this instead. It may sound laughably simple, but hear me out. Just leave your phone on Do Not Disturb in another room. Putting it out of reach and out of mind helps eliminate the distraction so that you can focus on being productive. Don't let your phone suck up all your valuable time. And finally, here's productivity killer number 7, getting bogged down in busy work. Busy work, like perfection, is just another disguise for procrastination. If you've cleaned up your space, color-coded your binder, and planned your week by the hour, that's great. If you did all of this, but you didn't get that ultra important task that will move you towards your goals, then that's actually not so great. Don't mistake busy work with being productive. It may feel like a sense of accomplishment, but often it's just a clever distraction to procrastinate on the really important stuff that matters. Try this instead. When you plan your tasks for the next day, put stars next to just 1 or 2 critical tasks that you know will progress your goals. Then, when you wake up tomorrow, do that important thing first thing in the morning. It's time to stop playing hide and seek with productivity. Shine a light on that dark corner where all your productivity killers are hiding and stomp them out. Your goals are far too important to allow things like perfection, or social media, or busy work to get in the way. Remember what I mentioned earlier, if you can catch it, you can correct it. You've learned 7 productivity killers and strategies to overcome them, but ultimately, the rest is up to you. So get out there and get the important stuff done. You got this. As always, thanks so much for watching. To receive animated videos on self-development every Sunday, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.